All right, let's do it live on a Tuesday edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. I am merely Bo. He is the great Z. So I was in your neighborhood last night, the vicinity of your neighborhood.
That's what I heard.
And, yeah. Were you impacted at all by the weather?
No, but it was like no. In fact, there was really not much weather at our house until I want to say 11.
That's when I got that, too.
And then it was
bombs.
Bombs.
Yeah.
Crazy thunder.
Yeah.
Asa Woody running for cover, not happy, shaking, trembling. It was, that's when it got a little bit crazy. But no, for the most part, no.
Yeah. There was lightning in the distance, and that was enough to cancel the lacrosse at US, which was not ideal.
Don't we have, radars?
They didn't have lights at the middle school, which I was
stunned. It's
stunned.
light till 8.
Yeah, but we would have been into that at that point. So that's surprising. Beamsy did get to play under the lights, and that finished. I don't know how it happened. The reason I asked you about your weather is because we were standing there watching the weather around us, and I just kept thinking to myself, "There's no way we're getting this in." I mean, this was last night. So we started at 8:00. Okay, this was surrounding us at 8:08.
It looks like
it's like Ghostbusters.
It's like Ghostbusters. Also looks like that could be taking place in West Texas.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Good to have you back.
Hi.
Good to have you back. Yeah, you missed some great weather, by the way.
I was very angry last night because we were trending like we were going to get slammed, and at the last minute it made a left, and it got Elyria. I was not pleased.
What are you talking about?
When
did
you
get in?
Slammed?
You'd rather get slammed?
I was hoping for a little adventure last night.
Oh my God, dude! Listen.
I've missed it all this weekend. I know.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this.
I golfed in 40-degree weather in a steady downpour, Gibbe. On
We're not hearing it.
It was terrible.
We lost 62% of Lax Fest. We're not going to hear it, Gibbe. I think this might be non-winter the greatest escape to better weather in the history of this show. What Gibby did this weekend. Non-winter. Because anytime you get out, February, January, that's winning.
And spring is terrible.
It's terrible. But, there wasn't a single good day when he was gone.
If he had stayed gone until Thursday.
That's how much longer we have of this?
It's going to be – I think we're okay. But if you look at
after today.
But if you look at the weather starting Friday and then for, the next 10 days, Thursday's still, in the 50s.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. 55 for the high and rain. 84% chance of rain Thursday.
Says who?
That was not on my thing this morning. When did the rain come?
There's
supposed to be no rain after today for the next 10 days.
This is AccuWeather. I'm looking at it right now.
AccuWeather, by the way, should change their name. I'm done with them.
You're done. You're out.
They are in AccuWeather.
Everything.
They were pretty good last night. But so today, high of 59. Tomorrow, nearing 70, 25% chance. Then Thursday, here in Berea, 55 degrees high and an 84% chance of rain. And then the weekend.
Oh, my God. This forecast has completely changed from when I looked this morning.
Come on.
No.
It was supposed to be 70.
You can't complain you were in Florida.
It was supposed to be 70 and basically sunny from.
No.
No,
starting on Sunday.
Sunny and 70, Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We were about to go on a real heater. Yeah, through the 18th.
Yeah, but that's not what we're getting.
Well,
we're gonna have.
I'm trusting the Weather Channel.
High of 60 Sunday.
Weather Channel. No. Weather Channel says 74 Sunday and full sun.
You got to be kidding.
Full sun Saturday and Sunday, 70 degrees.
What are we going to do here? Let's see who's most accurate. All right, let's write it down.
This says no rain. So I have two that say no rain, and only AccuWeather says rain. By the way, AccuWeather was dead wrong about my trip to White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia.
All right. So give me are you using Weather Channel?
So I have the Weather Channel app, and then I have just the regular, Apple Weather.
That's the Weather Channel app, right? Is Apple
Weather?
No,
it's different.
Which one do you want to use?
I'll give you the Weather Channel app.
All right, let's go. And what do you got, Gibbe?
I'm on the Weather Channel.
No, you're there too. All right, Weather Channel versus AccuWeather.
Okay.
All right, because I pay for AccuWeather.
I'm done. But
I'm going to be done with it if it's not delivering.
I canceled it. It's the worst.
And I've always felt like it was the best of the apps.
It was. Dark Sky, we had it.
Dark Sky was elite.
It knew what was happening.
It was all over.
It was actually all over. And
forgot all about the good Dark Sky days. All right, so give me
Starting
tomorrow Weather Channel.
69.
Okay.
What city are you using, though?
Berea.
Okay, all right. I'm in Bentleyville. I'm at my home.
Yeah.
You want Berea?
No, we got to have a uniform.
Why don't we do our home areas?
Well, but I'm 10 miles or 15 miles south of you.
All right. So for Berea,
We'll use Berea because it's
all right. Wednesday, I got 69, 24% chance of rain.
Okay, Wednesday I got 69, 25% chance of rain.
Okay.
All right, give me your Thursday because this is where our
So
discrepancies.
we're way warmer on the east side's much warmer. East side's much warmer.
Okay,
So this has
Thursday.
Thursday 53
53.
and 24%.
All right, 24. So I'm seeing 55 and 84%.
All right, big discrepancy there.
So huge difference
Huge.
on your Thursday.
all right,
Give me your Friday.
60 sunny and 6%.
60 and 6%. Mm-hmm. That's brisk. So the numbers are the same. I got 60 and 0%.
Okay.
None.
Sunday I got 70 and 4%.
What about Saturday?
Saturday 70 and 4%, Sunday 71 and 4%, Monday 78
Okay, so
and
Sunday
4%.
I got 60.
71 4%, Monday 78.
So Saturdays are
4%.
same. Sunday is a big difference though because I have 60.
Yeah.
And what do you have?
71 sunny 4%.
Okay. So the big difference is here because really Wednesday, Friday, and
What do you
Saturday
Monday?
are very
What do you Monday
similar.
over there?
Monday is 74 and 0.
And I'm 78 and 4.
So the ones we have to pay attention to are Thursday, which is AccuWeather 84% chance, Weather Channel a 24% chance, but a similar top temp. And then Saturday, where
Good news, we have far less rain and we're much warmer. We're
Sunday, rather.
Might be able to get the 0 turned back out.
Sunday you were on 71 and I was at 60.
Yeah,
on
and here
AccuWeather.
this says in Aurora, which is in between.
Yeah, in our
betwixt
vicinity.
us. Sunday 75 and sunny. Saturday 72 and sunny, which is nice for Mother's Day, 75 and sunny. Monday
It's lovely.
81 and sunny, then 77
Yeah, then
and
it's
sunny,
good.
then 77 and sunny, then 82.
It should be. It's the middle of May.
Yeah.
It's enough.
I'd like to get this going here.
How was your
By
weather?
the way, yeah. Well,
Yeah, how was your trip, Gibby?
weather was fine, except like you guys, I was gonna try to get out and play 9 holes on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Nothing on the Weather Channel app, nothing on anything that would indicate there was a chance of a shower, except late day because it was 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up at 7 a.m. to hail on Sunday morning. It never
In
stopped
Florida?
raining. It never stopped raining till 2 o'clock.
Hail in Florida?
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
I'm like, well, Sunday, last day, washed out.
Wow.
Yeah, got to the pool for a couple hours, but hey, beggars can't be choosers.
So maybe he didn't have the best weather
Flip.
flip.
Friday
of all
and
time.
Saturday were great.
Yeah.
Thursday was good.
You did.
Like,
I still think
was
you
fine.
did because Saturday here was a complete loss. Sunday was a complete loss here. It was a wasted weekend. There's nothing you could do.
Yep.
You weren't going out. You weren't going outside unless you're just going to get wet, which is what we did. I mean, it was brutal.
Yeah,
was brutal.
like our
it was
dog,
cold.
our dog watcher was like, the dogs won't go outside to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I don't blame them given the weather. The one is more than happy to hold it for a good 16 hours if need be. He's really good at that. The other one, you got to just kick her out.
Is Asa? Will she hold
What?
her having to go to the bathroom due to inclement weather?
Oh yeah, she's a full on adult. Oh yeah, and
She's
she is
like, I'm not doing this, Dad. Forget it.
yeah.
Yeah.
She now if it a real rain, she refuses to go on a walk. She's like,
Yep.
Snow, she's not a huge fan of anymore. She likes to go play for a little bit, but then she's like,
Yeah, I'm good.
she looks at her paws like, what the heck, man?
What the heck's this, man?
Yeah, no, she's great. No, she has not had.
Buddy Garrity.
She only has spite accidents now. Like if we go on like a
She's like, watch
long
the-
vacation
fine,
and we
is
come
what you
back,
get.
she's like, don't leave me again.
Don't do that. He is finally to the point where I think he's getting there. Because like last night,
He's young though.
He's
I mean,
2.5.
He's still young.
Last night, like it was pouring when I went to put him out at 10. He was like, Dad, really? I can just go to bed. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, that's fine.
We'll see
You were
how-
out about 45 minutes ago, and he made it. He was fine. So it all worked.
We'll see how you roll.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, listen, 2.5. He's still like 14. He's a teen.
Yeah, he is. He had his buddy Augustus McRae over the other day. And
Augustus McRae?
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa.
You never saw Lonesome Dove? The dog's name's Gus. I just made it Augustus McRae because I love Augustus McRae from Lonesome
so
Dove.
you've named him this.
Okay.
Well, his name's Gus, but I just call him Augustus McRae because it's
Why wouldn't you?
Because it's Robert Duvall's character in Lonesome
Yeah.
Dove, who's great.
Fantastic.
So that's where that comes from. But yeah, so like they had their little play. They hadn't seen each other a while. It was Friday, so it was relatively dry. If you're curious, if he found the only mud pit on the entire property, you bet he did. Did he roll in it? Yep. Did that lead to him essentially going into county with a Shawshank shower? Yep.
Yeah.
Was he crazy about that? Nope. Not at all.
Did you give him some spite cold water?
Of course I did. Same thing I did with the boys over the weekend. That's what they get. You're going to be in the mud. Spray it down, boys. It's all in play.
I love that you used the cold water. My mom, my Nana was like, does Bo have a little bit of a mean streak?
For sure there's a spite stored in me.
Yeah.
Of course.
I said, yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing
a
wrong
little
with it.
bit. Yeah.
Gotta have a little fun.
Little humility.
Yeah.
Just remember who's in charge, boys. Oh, I forgot I could turn the warm water on in the hose. Sorry.
I have no problem. My wife
How
gets
about that?
angry about that. She's like, we have hot water. I go, but when the dog is dumb,
This is what the dog
sometimes
gets.
the dog starts with a little cold water.
Same. That's how I feel about my children.
Yeah.
Starts with a little
Perfect.
cold water first, boys. Then
Yeah.
we'll work our way up.
Won't make the mistake twice, will you?
No, you won't. All right.
Can I tell you something that
I would love for you to. We got.
We have time.
An hour and 48 minutes.
Yeah.
Go.
By the way, we got some numbers which we're going to get into. I think we need to save the numbers for their own. We can get a full. We can get maybe 2 segs out of there. I had a good idea. Tell me what you think of this idea I had.
Tell me. I believe the quote is, "Tell me what you think about this good idea I had."
Leading the witness. Leading the witness. So we got
Tell me what you think about this great idea out of me.
Well, maybe you'll
I
agree,
doubt
maybe
it.
you won't.
I have a feeling I'll like it.
Maybe
Go
you
ahead.
won't.
Go ahead.
So we got the new numbers, right, for the
We
rooks.
did. Yeah.
And the vets that all got new numbers. So I think we should we'll communicate those. But then what I think we should do is give the first Brown that comes to mind of the number.
Yep.
And then the second one will be your favorite player to ever wear that number. Football only. You have to limit it, obviously, to
love that.
football.
Yeah.
But favorite football player ever to wear that number.
The whole roster or just the new numbers that were assigned?
Now, that's the exact question that I asked him.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do the whole roster, but I think we should for today, we could do the numbers.
How about we-
But
or
if we have so much fun with it, then we'll do more.
Then we could do more.
Yeah,
I also
I
think
could do it tomorrow.
we also have to stay out, I think, glamour numbers. Because
I think we go through everything. Let's really test ourselves.
having lived with a child, and I have to do this because they get assigned numbers, because God forbid they get to pick their numbers because, So I actually had to talk NBC. He was issued 46 as a fifth grader.
That's going to be a tough one
That's
for me.
a tough sell.
Yep.
That's a Tim McDonald,
Tim McDonald wore 46.
Cardinals
with the Cardinals?
safety.
Yeah.
It's a Todd Christensen,
Ooh, yeah.
and that's it. Let me tell you something. When
Todd
you
Christian, I thought he was 87.
When you tell an 11-year-old, no, Todd Christian with the Raiders was 46. When you tell an 11-year-old and you say, dude, Todd Christensen wore this number, it's a good number, then you pull up a picture of Todd Christensen, it's a tough sell.
Tough sell?
It's a
What do
tough
you
sell.
mean?
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Beautiful perm.
Pull it.
Great
pull it up.
mustache.
It is a very
That should not be. No,
that's
no,
a
no,
very
no.
lost in time generational look out of Todd Christensen. You don't see a lot of people nowadays walking around like that unless
Todd
they're trying
Christensen is a
unless
handsome
they're trying
dude.
to do it ironically.
Todd Christian is a handsome dude.
He is, but that look is, dude, I'm well aware of the look.
It's a great
That is
look.
a tight Ogilvy home perm, a bushy
Yeah, it's perm.
Magnum PI mustache.
Yes.
That is one
that's
of
a tough sell,
one.
yes.
Tough
That's a
sell.
tough sell.
There is,
That's
Kev,
a tough sell.
there is not a kid on planet Globes who would look at that and go, timely.
Now maybe
Not
high
one.
school. Maybe high school. He's like, yeah, I could do that.
There's
Drop
kids
that
who
out
do that
in
this
season.
Show him that picture. Hair coming out the
This
back of
was
the helmet.
2 years ago.
Goatee.
Maybe that one.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
Even the face mask is brutal. It's a brutal
R.I.P.
face
I didn't
mask.
realize we had lost.
I didn't realize we had either.
2013. So for
A
some time.
while ago. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in Murray, Utah.
Yeah, those were, but that's it. So some of these are tough. Some of these numbers are, it's hard to even come up with any.
Yeah. But we're gonna do it.
That's fine.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. I am for all of that. Speaking of the numbers, the rookie. Should we do this now? We should do the rookie jersey.
I mean, it
numbers
is
were assigned.
news
Yes,
right
we
now.
need to do some news.
Oh, you want to do it now?
We'll
All right,
do
but
the-
we'll do the other stuff.
do the
can
draft
the other
later.
stuff
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Rookie jersey
Sure,
numbers are out in advance of rookie minicamp. Nathan and I made this. We've talked about this. Like these might
All
not
right,
always
on this,
be
let's
permanent
do
forever.
instant reaction because we have another game that we're going to play. But right now, instant reaction. Do you like it or do you not?
Yep.
And do you think it's safe to buy?
Okay, I like it. Mason Graham 94.
Like it. And
Indifferent.
And I deem it safe.
Doesn't
94
matter.
is a good. It's a good
fine.
defensive tackle number.
Yeah, it's fine.
Dalvin, Dana Stubblefield,
That's a good one. Dana Stubblefield's a good one. Charles Haley,
Charles.
though
Haley.
not a D tackle.
Yeah. All right, but now we're ruining our game.
Yeah, indifferent. Defensive tackle. You can make it. That's fine. That's fine.
I like it way better than 55. I don't like 50 numbers on defensive
On
tackles.
D tackles. Yeah. Carson Schlesinger 49.
I like it, and it is very safe. That was his college number, and that's why I like it because he sat right there in that very chair.
Yep.
And he told me, we're like 49, kind of a rough number, and he's like, well, that's because nobody's worn it well enough yet, and I will.
Here's the cool thing about
like
it. This tells you what UCLA thought of Carson Schlesinger at the time that he got on campus.
Yeah.
Because the least coveted jersey numbers
Yep.
in college football are 46 to 49. Those are the least coveted. Mm-hmm. Like, good luck naming a 48. Good luck.
47's our boy Charlie Hewlett.
Well, you can do something with 47. I mean, even in college, A.J. Hawk wore 47. Like, there's a little something you can do
I think
with
I have a
47.
49 in the draft that you're going to say. Oh.
Okay. I think what's cool about this is for Cars, my guess is every time he looks down, he goes,
Reminder.
That's where I came from.
I was
came
a no
from
star.
I'm a nobody star.
Walk on.
I got probably the least coveted jersey in college football jersey distribution. 49 and 48 would be the two least.
This is where we really miss the G-Man.
I think 46 is in the mix too.
G-Man!
I think he's texting us.
G-Man! G-Man! G-Man. What I was going to say is I wish he were here because I'm curious, is Carson Schlesinger at pick 33 the highest pick for a no-star walk-on ever?
Well, Cam Ward would be in that conversation.
Was he a no-star?
He went to Incarnate Word. I'm pretty sure he was if he had any stars. I don't know if he had any.
He might have. Could he have
My guess
could he
is-
have gotten a scholarship to Incarnate Word?
Probably did, but that's 1AA. That's 1AA. I wouldn't be surprised if retroactively somebody put some stars on him. It's also going to be hard because he transferred twice, so there's going to be like transfer ratings on him. But I would imagine he would be in the highest. I don't know.
Okay, 0 star.
Yeah.
Cam Ward was a
Technically,
0 star.
That's what I
technically not a walk-on.
No, but I don't know if Schlesinger would have been a walk-on if he wanted to play 1AA football. He probably could have got a scholarship
Yep.
to play at South Dakota or South Dakota State or North Dakota, something like that.
G-Man's responded. He said Baker was a walk-on at Texas Tech.
But he wasn't a 0 star.
I was gonna
Baker
say.
was a state champion quarterback in Texas. He did walk on at Texas Tech, but he was wasn't a 0 star. I think I nailed it with Cam Ward. I think that's the
We'll
one
count
of
that.
one.
Yeah. 3 star. Baker was a 3 star.
Yeah, Bake just wasn't offered by the big boys.
Yeah, he got offers from D1 schools.
Yeah, just not the ones he wanted to go to.
Correct. So
If I remember right, I thought there was something too where, man, it's been so long since I've thought about any of this, but I remember Cliff was the quarterback or the coach then at Texas Tech.
yeah, he wanted
And-
to go there.
And
Yeah.
I thought it was also something where, like, I think to Bake, it was something, if I remember the story right, it was something in my mind's eye where Cliff said, I'm out of Schollies. Can you come and then I'll get you on second semester?
Yeah.
Like that type of thing. Because he was a state champion in Texas, like
Yep.
at Austin Westlake. So he wasn't a nobody by any means. Yeah, I think it's Cam.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think it's Cam. Read at work, I looked it up. There is a number that is available that Carson wore in high school, number 19. It's not available, though. Tillman wears it.
That's right.
Cedric wears it. But yeah. So, yeah, I love it. I love it for him. All right, Quinshawn Judkins, 10. This one is where I have my first questions.
I hate it.
I don't get it. Don't we have him on video saying 1 or 5?
I thought so. And he was picked ahead of Gabriel, so you think he would have had
Right.
the ability to pick that ahead of Gabriel. 10?
Steve Slayton at West Virginia, I remember wearing number 10 as a running back. 10 was my high school number, but that's quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think of it as a tailback.
No. Pacheco wears 11, right?
He might wear 10. Does he wear 10? I can't remember.
He does wear 10.
The
Isaiah Pacheco.
G-Man coming in. Clay Matthews III was a no-star walk-on, but not picked higher than Cam Ward.
No, you can't get higher than 1, G-Man.
That's right.
I didn't have to go to Wadsworth High School or, where do you go, Kent State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pacheco's 10. I don't like that as a running back number.
Why do you think this is? Why do you think he's not 5? So here's what was available as we thought yesterday. 1, and we'll get in because there's some vet switches. 1, 2, 5, 8. Those were the single digits that were available yesterday as far as we knew.
10's such a receiver number to me.
Commonly worn by QBs and wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like DeAndre Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill.
There's a lot of 10 receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, anything's going to look cool on Q. I guess I'm surprised that he didn't get the single digit.
We have to find that video. Can we find that video? It's a Browns video.
Yeah, we put it up on our
J-Mac,
channels.
is there a way to find that?
I thought I heard him say 1 and 5.
I thought 5 was the backup.
He wore 4 at Ole Miss. He wore 1 at Ohio State. Obviously, he can't wear 1 here because Emerson moved into 1. Martin Emerson moved into 1. But
RBS said he wanted 2.
2.
1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Okay.
I thought he said 5 was a backup, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
2 was taken by a veteran, which we'll get to as well.
That's
a stunner.
Stunner. Because that's a
they
coveted number.
They gave Jakeem Grant 9 when he came here.
Yeah.
It's done on seniority, I think.
Right, but then I guess Q must have wanted 10 more than 5 because I would think draft order would be the second.
I would think so as well. So I would say I would agree with you on that.
All right, 10 for him. I'm with you. I think it's going to be a weird
love
look.
it.
I think he'll make it look cool.
I don't believe this is safe to buy. I say not safe.
I'm with you on that.
I would not buy jerseys just yet.
I think you can buy Mason Graham and Schlesinger. I think Schlesinger is going to be. I think there are a few here that I think you can buy. I think those you can buy.
But I'm with you on 10.
Yeah.
I want to see what shakes out with that. Harold Fannin Jr.
Love it.
Love it.
I think safe to buy.
Love it and safe. 88
88.
is
It's
a
a
money
great
number.
number.
It's a great number. Great tight end number.
Great number.
Did he pick it?
He did. Yes.
In that same video.
He was same video. He was pumped.
Dylan Gabriel, 5.
Isn't that what he wore?
He wore 8.
He wore 8 in college. So how did he end up with 5?
Pickett wore 8.
Pickett took 8.
Pickett took 8.
I would say love it, and I think that's safe. I don't see him moving out of 5.
5's fine.
Fine's a good quarterback number.
It is, yeah. I just think 5, him and Q should have switched, and then you would have been on it.
Yeah, 10 on a quarterback looks good.
5 on a tailback.
Who's the best quarterback to wear 5? McNabb.
Jeff Garcia, did he wear 5?
Jeff Garcia, yeah. Kerry Collins. Didn't Flacco wear 5 in Baltimore?
I'm pretty sure he did.
And then 15 here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably McNabb.
Joe Flacco's the only one who's won a Super Bowl wearing number 5.
Paul Hornung wore 5?
Yes, correct.
You want to go way back?
You are correct, sir.
That was great.
So J-Mac went back and looked. 5 and 2.
It was. I knew 5
That's what
was
we
in
said.
it.
We said, so why would he not get 5 over? Why would Dylan get 5 over him? He's the second pick in the second round, Kev.
My guess is because Dylan Gabriel had a bird that he summoned that told him he was going pick 94 to the Cleveland. Have you seen that video?
I have. Pretty wild.
Is it first come, first serve? And
Do we have a
Judkins was in the
timestamp
building
on
on
that?
Saturday?
No, Judkins was here before Gabriel.
No. Yeah,
Gabriel
Judkins-
was.
You're right.
I don't know if Gabriel's been.
He's not been here yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Q's been here.
Yeah.
I wonder how they decided that.
Should we track down somebody who would know?
The only person who would know would be Kev. Nobody else would know. Q and Dylan wouldn't know.
But Corey would know.
Corey would know. Yeah, Corey would know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess that seems safe to me.
Yeah.
Like as a quarterback, I wouldn't think you'd switch off of that. Dylan Sampson, the double deuce.
I love it, and I think that's safe. That's a good running back number. 22. You know, I'm surprised
I think it's great. Yeah.
So did nobody take 23?
I'm a little surprised that Emerson went from 23 to 1.
I am too, but 1's a great number.
It is, but he's been in 23 for a long
Whole
time.
Joe Hayden.
And it's just a cool number.
Maybe he just wanted a fresh start after last
like
year. He was down
Denzel
about last year.
Denzel wore 12 at Ohio State, and then he wears 21 here. 21 kind of is him. It would be strange for him to switch out of it.
Agreed.
And that's kind of where I am with MJ. Like, it's almost like I'm surprised
I'm
he stuck out
surprised.
at 23.
He obviously wanted it, but
Yeah.
so did nobody slide into 23?
I don't think so. I don't think we saw – none of the rookies did. I don't know if we had the full
No,
veteran
there's
mix.
no vet. With
To me, like if
Is 22 or 23 a cooler running back number? I think it might be 22.
I think 22 is a cooler running back number.
I think it is.
23 is not bad.
It's
I mean,
not.
The first person that comes to my mind is Arian Foster, who was quite productive.
Yeah, 22. Jeez.
Yeah, look at him. Look at
Baby
him.
blue
Look at
window
him.
pane.
Look at him.
Stop. Who's
Look at
stopping
him.
that?
Look at him.
Walking in, running a business.
He is running
On a
business.
Tuesday.
He's meeting with big luminaries today. I got to
There's not a single
Hobnob
luminary
with him in the
room
luminaries for
that
a
he
second.
walks into that he is not equal or greater than.
a fact.
That's how that guy operates.
Fact. By the way, I got to tell you what happened down in the cafe today, but we got to get through.
In the break, or is that for an on-air discussion?
I think we talked about it on air, don't you think?
I would encourage it. I took a picture of it.
I mean, it was
No.
it was tremendous.
So Samson 22, I like it.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah.
Shadur 12.
I like it. Obviously, probably would prefer to get 2. Our history with that number, not so great here, so maybe it's a blessing to not be 2.
I also think it's a fifth-round pick. Like,
Yep.
he could not wear 2 because DeAndre Carter wore 2. But I don't know.
A lot can change between
Yeah.
now and when we start.
What does Christian McCaffrey wear?
He wears.
So Emmett wore 22.
Christian McCaffrey wore
he?
23.
23, right?
He wore 22 with Carolina, 23 with the 49ers, but then did he go to a single digit
Yes, he
with the
went
Niners?
to 5, J-Max says.
Okay, then he went to 5. So he was 22 in Carolina. He was 23 initially in San Francisco, and then he went to 5, which is what he wore at Stanford.
Yeah, because he joined mid-season in that trade,
Yeah.
so he had to pick one number. And
He had to
stay
pick
with it
one
for
that
the
was
year.
available, yeah. So he wore 23 when he first got there. But he was 22.
When did he switch it? This last season?
I think so, yeah. Which was one of 2 times I've had the number 1 overall pick in a fantasy draft. Both times picked Christian McCaffrey.
So
and neither time did he finish the season.
On the 49ers
Really close
website,
to
it says 23.
Is he still 23?
I'm looking at it right now.
J-Max trying to get it sorted out. I mean, the website.
Pro
would have it
Football
accurate.
Reference will tell you. No, he's only won 22 and 23.
Oh, so he has not worn.
So, by the way, the 23 is not bad. Like, I'd rather have Judkins. I'd rather have a 22-23 Thunder and Lightning. I don't mind that at all.
I mean, yeah. I mean, 22. To me, 22 is greater than 23 as a running back.
Yeah,
I like the double deuce.
I agree. You know what's interesting is that 25 is a great running back number 2. And Quinshon Judkins won 2 and 5. And unless a vet took it, which I haven't seen yet,
Yeah.
25 was open.
I mean, when we were kids, the best.
24 is also obviously open.
You're not putting that on.
Not
as a running back. I'm not
no,
putting
but
that
I
on.
want him to come back.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not putting that on. I mean, for us, as a kid, the iconic the best running backs wore, the best players, even in high school football when we were kids, wore 32, 33, 34.
So
Yes.
those are all the
23
stud
was
backs.
basketball.
That
From a
came later,
veter-
too, though. That
From
wasn't
a
even.
veteran standpoint,
Do we have that graphic?
no. They just dropped it. Needham is 25.
Okay. They made that graphic earlier. Hold on. I got it on my
Did I do
socials.
that? Jerome Baker, 17.
wore
former
that at Ohio
Buckeye.
State, I'm pretty sure.
Benedict.
Pretty sure he wore 17 at Ohio State. Not sure what he wore at Benedictine. Shadur in 12, safe? I like
think
it for
so.
him.
Look. So 12 is the mirror of
21.
who wore that?
Prime.
Prime time. Tom Brady. who he works with and admires a great deal.
Yep.
So I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think it's in play too. I think that number 2 is going to be interesting down the line to see what happens with that. But I'm with you. I think 12 seems like it's very, very possible that he could stick there and make that look pretty cool.
Hold on, because we got to do this.
There's your vet numbers. Right. Oh, it's right there.
Interesting fact, Jerome Baker was 4 at Benedictine.
4. Okay. But 17 at Ohio State.
MJ Emerson,
Yep,
1.
and then 55 in Miami.
Yeah.
DeAndre Carter, 2. Kenny Pickett, 8. Tony Brown, 11 this year.
Okay.
Deontay Johnson, 16. Jerome Baker, 17. Nick Needham, 25. I don't know why Flacco's not up there. Is Flacco?
So yeah,
15?
there's been no mention of Flacco's number yet.
He's
15.
on the website, he's 15, and it was like given to him.
Yeah.
I think it was just assumed right away. He's Joe Flacco. That's how he rolls.
Guess Jed's not going to get 71 back.
All right. The kicker is 38. Okwara, 53. What? He is. There he is. I think it's Andre Smith.
I said, I guess Jed's not going to get 71 back.
Oh, no. I guess not. Cornelius Lucas has 71.
Yeah.
There you go. Who's this cat over here on the right side? 74
I don't know. It's a great question.
is Kevin Jenkins.
That's something. He's really upset about something.
Listen, it could have been a lot worse if we're just having random Twitter pictures up.
Oh, baby. It could have been a lot worse.
90, Troyan Shoyinka, and 96, Malik Collins, which is a good number. 71, 74, solid O-line numbers. Yeah, now we'll go through those, and we're going to have some fun with these. This is going to be great.
Jared Luganbill, Judkins would look great in 31 for Jamal Lewis. There'd be some parallels there that look. I like 30s.
Didn't Chubb have 31 on before he
I think he did, and then went to
24?
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
Was it in the preseason? And then it switched before week 1? It was like after
it was like
touchdown?
a late switcher.
By the way,
So the only retired for us are 14, 32, 45, 46, 76. That's the retired.
Okay.
So
there is a female listener that does not like Bo Bishop and I.
why? What did I do?
I
Spray my kids with a cold hose? What did I do?
That's exactly right.
Is that
Nathan,
what the man?
your mother is right. You are working with 2, not 1, very mean-spirited people. And as a female, it causes me to not listen quite a bit. I'm sorry to hear that.
Jeez.
I only listen because you are on the air.
Oh.
Congratulations, girl, on all your successes. Gibby and Bishop are cold, heartless monsters
Good Lord.
when it comes to animals and children. They have made me scream out loud.
To animals and children. What did I do to animals? You got to see how Buddy Garrity lives. He's got 3 acres. He runs unencumbered.
Yeah.
What do you want out of him?
Not allowed upstairs.
No.
My dogs have almost a mile in
It's
the
better than how
backyard.
it started. He was not going to be allowed in the house.
That was my original plan.
Yeah,
It was for him.
yeah.
He was to be outside. That's how our dogs were.
Yeah.
Frolic.
This isn't the Ponderosa. This
You
is,
got 3 acres. How much do you need?
yeah, plenty of land.
Much more. The climate's
I-
much more hospitable.
I
here.
will, first of all, thank you. You have tremendous taste.
Of course he would.
Second of all,
Peacock around.
I
on
will-
Some rant. That's unlike you, by the way, Gibby. That's a rarity out of you to go to a social media post.
I just
As a
let me
highlight.
It's very rare that we
cut me
get that
off.
kind of
This is
hatred
why
and
we get that
vitriol.
hatred. Yeah.
yeah, they cut me off right
I don't
there.
know why.
They cut me off when I was about to praise them. I was about to say, as a matter of fact, I consider Bo Bishop to be a fine human being, a very kind, generous, lovely man. Gibbe, of course, he can be a thief of my joy. There's no denying it. I think everybody knows it. It can be sad at times. It can be frustrating. I've screamed out loud as a result of what he's done.
Sure you have.
It's baffled the Hoff, a man who is as
Great
cerebral
Hoff.
as they come. It has baffled him. But Gibbe is, at his core, a lovable, loving, big, giant, soft teddy bear.
He
It's
really
true.
is.
He really is. So you have 1 for 3, not bad. Wade Boggs, 1 for 3. It'll get you in the Hall of Fame. So you assess
and
me
68 beers on one
100%
flight
correctly.
cross country or something like
All
that.
the nice things you said about Z are accurate.
You assess me spot on. Them
nailed it.
not as spot on, but we're getting there. So, but again, thank you.
By the way, Shedeur to wear number 12 like Mentor Brady is the number 1 story on ESPN right now. It's their top story. Number 1. That's where you stand. All right.
By
there
the
you
way,
go.
Browns backers, North Jersey, some of us only listen because Bo and Gibby are so heartless.
Wow.
How did I get?
I'm unbelievable. It's
A loving
it's
father
just-
raising 3
it's
children.
stunning to me that
I think we're doing all right in terms of how we're
doing
raising
okay.
them.
We're doing all right. There
It's
you go.
stunning to me that you're being lumped in with this.
It is. Yeah.
I love Kid Gibbs. Deep down, he's fine, but he really is just a.
No, deep down, he's lovable. Very deep down. It's all on the surface. Those are your hot topics today, presented by University Hospital's official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. We'll go around the league coming up next. You'll listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. It's presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Barking Backers, official dog fan club of the Cleveland Browns, is back for the 2025 season. Get your pup in on the action with exclusive gear, events, and more. Memberships available now. Fetch yours today or gift a membership to a furry friend at barkingbackers.com. Barking Backers is presented by Milkbone in association with Embrace Pet Insurance and Pet Supplies Plus. Mr. Zagura.
All right, two things. One,
Yep.
I'll get to the cafe in a second, but one, so I like to work out at King's Gym. It's my
I didn't know
it
that,
is
but
my
it's
favorite place. It's the Mecca. I love it. It is
King's
oh man, it's so good.
Gym.
So good. It's just everybody's in there to work out. It's all so many regulars, but everybody's serious.
After Jerry the King, named after him?
No, it is not. After Ed King.
Jerry the King has been in the studio.
Yes, Jerry the King Lawler most certainly has. The King brothers actually are the ones, so it's King's Gym.
Yep.
And it is an unbelievable gym.
Okay.
I love it. And they sell really cool gear. They have very cool like logos and stuff. And so I bought what I would describe as hanging on the wall. It looked like it was a muscle tank in the sense that it comes through the back. So if like you're doing, lats or whatever, it pops the lats, but like a tank top.
Okay.
So I'm all juiced for it. I always like to have good stuff to work out in, especially if it's like an arms day. You want to be able to get in there and eat up.
Loves himself a tank top.
And you wonder why she says what she says.
Am I wrong? I didn't say
I must
anything
have either
offensive.
muted. I never saw the
loves
tweet,
himself
so
a
I
tank
must have
top.
either muted. I must have muted.
Do you not love tank tops?
He does.
In the gym or at the beach
What about your jerseys
or the pool?
Aren't those considered tank tops?
I know. I think
They
I've.
are,
I think
yeah.
I've.
Thank you.
I think
But
I've
I think you're
aged
done
out.
with it though. They probably also don't fit because
think I've
you're more
aged out.
swole now than you were when you
The
purchased.
ones that fit my favorite. I still like to wear. There are only two jerseys I wear, but it's again only beach or pool only exclusively. Is my dream team. I have a dream team Mullen white and a dream team Barkley white.
Mullen wore.
I think it's like a 14. Somebody's 14. One of them.
Chuck
14.
wore 14 on the dream
then
team.
Mullen's
Magic wore
10?
15.
Is Mullen 10?
Jordan wore 9. Bird wore 7. Ewing wore 6.
10.
Stockton 12. Could have been 10 for Mullen.
I think it's 10. So I have those two, and then I have a Yugoslav national team, Petrovic. And those are the only three jerseys I wear.
Wow, that's pretty good. The
And that
Petrovic one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Drazen.
Was
Was he Croatian?
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, that's the whole
That-
thing.
I
Him
couldn't
and
remember
Vladi
which side he was
Serbian.
on the once
Vladi
brothers.
was
thing.
Serbian, Drazen was Croatian.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I buy this tank top, and I go to put it on. I was going to wear it, underneath my hoodie today.
Yep.
Cavs, let's go. Game 2, big bounce back.
Big one, yeah.
Huge. And I put this thing on, and I can't wear it in public. And now I feel like I've...
Why?
Dude, it is one of
Is
those
it
like...
skin tight?
It's like a muscle tank that comes... It's like down to here.
Oh, gosh.
Like...
Like Gold's Gym Venice
Yes.
Beach style.
100%.
Yeah.
Not at all what I
That's
thought I
not
was
for you.
getting.
No, you're
So
a man, you're 40.
I
That's
walk up...
past those days.
I walk up I put it on and walk up to Miss K, and I'm like, what do you think of this? She starts laughing. I was like, I can't wear this in public. She's like, you can wear it to the gym. I'm like, no, I can't. I absolutely cannot wear this. So I have this awesome garment now that
Well, you can wear it around the house.
I think to wear this the way that it is truly cut, you need to be like not Jay Cutler, not smoking Jay Cutler, but
Yeah.
like Jay Cutler for those who know, or like Arnold. I feel like
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, massive.
You
Gold's
need-
Gym
you
Venice
need-
Beach.
Yeah, you need to be like a 320 roided up, tanned monster, which is hilarious. It looked like a tank top when I
It
bought
just
it.
looked like a normal tank top. And then you were like, oh, not.
So that was one thing which I thought was hysterical that happened to me today. I'm bummed out though because I really like it, and now I'm gonna have to see if they'll let me exchange it for just
Yeah,
like
they'll
a
do a
regular
little trade
T-shirt.
out.
I
They
hope
get you a
so.
little trade out.
I'll be like, I have not worn it because I couldn't.
And also, you have the tag's still on, so you're safe on that side of things.
Ed and Frank, I feel like the King brothers, they should have been like, this is not for you.
Yeah, and you did a nice job of getting their name out there. So I think, I feel like you're
I
going to be
think-
fine.
I think
you'll be
so.
okay.
I hope so.
I think you'll be
I could,
okay.
I could give it to. I'll give it to my boy Josh Bishop. That's
give
what
it
I'll
to
do.
him.
I'll give it to him.
He could do it.
He can
yeah.
wear it. Oh yeah.
Hoff could.
Hoff now? I mean, I think he could,
Yeah.
but Hoff's so lean now. Like, you need to be like
Oh, you got to be really
Very
Schwarzenegger.
big. Yes.
Like in the Schwarzenegger
Yes.
doc when he talks about how jacked he was to just go with his buddies and lift weights.
Yeah, like you.
Gold's Gym.
Yeah, you can't be.
It's an unbelievable
The
part of
Arnold
that.
Classic, man.
I
Oh,
don't-
dude, I was
That
there.
is amazing.
Remember, I told you guys I was
Columbus.
there because I stayed down there and I was there in that hotel where they were all out of. I was like, I am a stranger in a strange land.
You've watched the documentary, right? The
Yeah,
three-parter.
it's
The
unbelievable.
first hour, which is all his bodybuilding, is just unreal. It's so.
Yeah, the end.
Third hour, no good.
I kind of lost it, but the first 2 hours are unbelievable. And that part where he's like just tomfoolery at Gold's Gym.
That's all he
and
wants to do.
Just being best buddies and bouncing off each other and high-fiving.
Yeah.
And it's like an action movie in real life.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
So
It's
anyway, I don't think that like a person who is naturally whatever they are is wearing that tank top.
Yeah, that's a type.
I think you need to be enhanced. So that was one. Number 2, down in the cafe today,
Okay.
I had Brown's Therapy. I can't wait to see this. Putting on his tank top. Yeah, it's that. That is exactly what it is.
BT's already on it.
That's exactly what it is. This is exactly
That's it.
exactly what it
Yeah,
is.
you can't do that.
No.
If that were you,
No.
and even still, I mean, you have children.
Even
You
still.
have children. You can't walk around like that.
Yeah, I'm like, is this thing even going to cover,
What needs to be?
Yeah. That's exactly what it looks like. So I guess these are a common thing, and I just bought it like a buffoon. I just didn't realize it was that low in the front. I thought it was a tank top. Wrong. The other thing, so today down in the cafe.
All right.
You should look at your phone, Bo Bishop.
Oh, God.
No.
Do I
this
have
goes
to,
with
too?
the story that Z's about to tell.
Oh, yeah. So down,
Okay.
we had a smoked pig for lunch today, along with pot stickers.
My.
The smoked pig was as good of pig as I've ever seen, but the pig was out there. That looks to me like it was demeated and was the skin relayed. I don't even know. And it was out there on display. And to say that,
Wow, that's an attention getter.
yeah, I loved it.
I loved it as well. So did J-Mac.
Some
All
did
three
not.
of us were
Some
in
did
agreement. It would have been great to have a GoPro on it and to get the reaction of others in this building.
Yeah.
I have questions,
So it was,
but I think I'll save those for off air.
I will just say this, tremendous. It was
Yeah.
so good. They had a homemade hot honey barbecue sauce. It was delicious.
Sure.
You had pot stickers with it. It was just a real delight.
yeah.
It was an absolute
It was cooked. The meat was
Delight.
cooked to perfection.
yeah.
You're gonna lose some points on the lady who likes animals power ranking.
So this is I wasn't
You'll be with me and Gibby in a minute.
I was not responsible for the demise of this pig. I do think it's important to honor it by consuming it. And as I told some of my favorites, Paula and Holly, I said, just every time you see me, know that that pig is a part of me now.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm
That's a good way.
carrying it forward.
You're carrying it on. Yeah,
Yeah.
for a little while. Yeah, that's something. I wasn't anticipating that.
No, I don't think many were.
Be shocking.
Yeah. It's kind of like, and I said I likened it to the scene in Christmas Story when they have to go and they
Sure.
get the duck. They get a Peking duck.
Yeah,
And he's like, but it's smiling at me.
that's right. That's right.
Boom. Little
Yeah.
cleaver shot takes care of that.
That's enough of that.
So I just think that's not something you come across every day.
You don't. No, that's other than a tailgate experience. You'll see that.
I've never seen that at a tailgate.
Well,
Like I feel
college
like maybe
football
on like a
tailgate.
spit,
Yeah,
though,
that's- yeah, you'll see that when they're all canvassed out. Yeah, I've seen that quite a bit.
That's me turning the spit, by the
I
way.
saw.
I love animals.
We all do. Around the league, Matthew Stafford, final terms, $84 million, 2 years, $44 million this year. All of that guaranteed. If he's on the Rams roster next year at the start of free agency, he'll lock in another 40. I think he'll play the next 2 years with the LA Rams and then retire.
I think so too.
And then that's a wrap. They're pretty good. I think maybe you were out. We did, or one of you guys, I can't remember. I did a power ranking that had the Rams from USA Today. That had the Rams second in the league. It had Philly 1, Rams 2. Might have been one I did one I did in the morning. Yeah, the Rams number 2 in the league. I think it was.
I
Yeah,
wonder if it's NFL Network because I don't think CBS.
I think it was USA Today. Now that I think about it, I think it was one of the
Okay.
NFL writers at USA
Because
Today.
we'll do
had the Rams
ESPN
second.
that just came out this morning
Okay.
at
Yeah.
2:30, but CBS had the Ravens number 1.
Look, you got to make people talk this time of year, so I understand it. But that Rams team they flipped it quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Devontae Adams in there with Puka Nakua and
Oh yeah.
all of that. They hit on both of their defensive picks last year in the first and second round. One was Rookie of the Year. Both those Florida State guys balled out. They hit on them. Big NFL news last night. The Ravens releasing kicker Justin Tucker, 8-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, NFL's 2010s All-Decade Team, longest field goal in NFL history, career high field goal percentage in NFL history. That is the record at 89.1. Obviously, there are off-field allegations aplenty here as well. He wasn't particularly good last year on the field.
Terrible.
By his standards, or really by any. I guess you'll never know how much the off-field stuff played into all of this. But it certainly didn't help.
They released a statement that could not have been more glowing in praise of him, making no mention of that, just saying that, he's had a great career here, the best to ever do it, and this was a very difficult football decision from the top of the organization.
Do you believe that,
raised eyebrows of a lot of people. The way
I don't believe that it was just a football decision. I just don't buy that. I understand why they would say that.
I mean, I could see it. He's really struggling. I mean, they had to seriously think about replacing him in the season last year. They drafted a kicker.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They drafted a kicker.
Yeah.
Now, the notion that here's why I don't think it's just a football decision. There's no reason to have to cut him now. Even if you did draft a kicker, you have 90 people. Mm-hmm. You usually have 2 kickers in camp anyway. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you want to see, hey, is Justin Tucker back to being the greatest kicker of all time? Very pure football. Or if this rookie that we drafted, I want to say in the 6th round, is legit to turn the reins over to, they're doing this without any of that.
Yes.
So that tells me it's not just a football decision because there's no reason to make – there's no time crunch to make it right now.
Agree with that. I agree with you on that. Do you think he kicks next year in the league?
Yes. No. Yes, I agree with that. Do I think he kicks next year in the league?
I think someone takes a flyer on him.
Yeah, there's a lot around it.
I know.
It's that old thing that we deal with all the time in sports. And the allegations against him are very serious.
Absolutely.
Innocent until proven guilty for sure. But it's that old thing about pain in the neck.
Yep, and
how good you are. And the good you are part versus allegations, i.e. pain in the neck, to deal with, it went the other way.
Yep.
So when that happens, then it's very difficult to come back from. And it happens all the time. And for various things off the field, various behavioral issues. There comes a point where the production just isn't worth it. So I'm with you. I don't think he is. I don't think he is in the league next year. Do we have Jay Morrison coming up next?
If he had been cut,
he's still in availability. Probably will miss him today.
If he had been cut for off the field stuff, coming off of another 93% year, he plays in the league.
Agreed. I agree with you on that. All right. So coming up next, several teams are getting new helmets this season. Are we among them? We will get to that in the second hour. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. All right, second hour here on a Tuesday edition. This is my buddy Andrew Lind who does this, who's all over the uniform side of things. He's runs the Ohio State uniform database. It feels like him or the UniWatch guys, like if something is going to break in that front, they're the ones that are going to have it. Yep. So anytime he has something, I pay very close attention. He published this on sportslogos.net. The Browns, Steelers, Chargers, Commies, and Saints reportedly in July will unveil new helmets. The article says it's unclear if the Browns, Commanders, Saints will introduce a new shell color or simply tweak their existing alternate design. But one thing for certain is that the Chargers and Steelers will finally add a second shell to their respective closets, leaving the Bills, Chiefs, Raiders, Rams, Dolphins, and Niners as the only team without a second shell. We, of course, have them already because we have didn't the 49ers have a black helmet that they wore? They wore the gold hats.
No, they never wore them, as they should have. They should have worn a black helmet with just the red foil in there.
As a one-off.
Did. With their black, they have the black uniforms.
Yeah,
they never did. They always wore the gold helmet.
The Raiders, I've seen all sorts of mock-ups for a black helmet from them, but they've never worn it.
No, they could wear a white helmet too.
They could. I think the black would be pretty muddy.
Of course.
For them.
Saints could.
Chiefs
Saints do have. The Saints have already a black.
These are the ones who haven't, though.
Chiefs
Dolphins
just have red.
Dolphins
just
only
have
white. I can't imagine it. I guess orange. I don't know what you would do there.
The Bills should have multiple shells. They have They have multiple shells, like
in their history.
Yeah, they have the Jim Kelly red.
Yeah, they do. Do they have a blue shell
I thought they
too?
had a blue at some point too. Yeah.
Yeah. Kansas City, I think you'd just go white would be the shell of that, and it would look pretty clean.
Don't go yellow.
Rams are multicolored anyway. The horns are so prominent. You could go blue and white.
The Rams should have.
They could go white with blue.
A white with blue horns. Yes, exactly.
That's like the Deacon Jones era, right?
Exactly. So they have that in their history. The Vikings have two shells. Oh, yes, they wore the white.
They wore the white
out.
Remember, they screwed that up. What did they
totally screwed it up.
What did they not do?
They didn't have.
What were we beefing about with them?
Didn't we think that the
horn should have been purple?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because everything else. Remember, I mean.
White.
Our former assistant GM debuted the white pullover at the combine.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was.
We were in love.
Yeah, it's white. Nice. I'm pretty sure they had a gray face mask with it, which we were not. It should have been a white face mask, and it should have been a purple horn.
Purple horn.
Or a purple face mask doesn't look bad either, because the horn is white with just a purple outline on it.
Oh, we're saying the whole horn should have been purple.
Or the whole. That's fine. Or it just should have been a purple face mask, and to pop the.
Yeah.
Pop the gray face mask doesn't make any sense.
Saints, I thought they already had a black helmet that they've been wearing.
They do.
So they're either going to introduce a new shell color or tweak an existing alternate design. So they're in the same boat.
Yeah, the Saints wore the black and it had the carbon fiber stripe.
There you go.
Yes, they've had that.
I've heard that the Commies are just going to have their black one. I think what Andrew reports here is they're going to take their black one and just make it look like the other ones. So just put the W on it with the stripe.
Okay.
I hope they go back to their old look.
Just do the exact old look and just put a W there.
Put a W. What you do. Yeah, that's what I would do. And then the Steelers, this would probably mean that they're going to wear that yellow one, right? Because they've worn that
in the past.
So that would be the one.
I think they should wear. I think, and the Saints could have a cool white helmet. I think the Steelers could as well.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw with ours, I mean, white is pretty.
White's good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Steelers have had the yellow they wore back in the Roethlisberger, Hines Ward days, which is just the yellow with one black stripe right down the middle.
I mean, we only have one more color to do. If it's a third shell, there's only one more to do. We've done white, we've done orange.
Yeah.
So if we're tweaking the white one.
Steelers should do a white one that would look really good.
Yeah.
Like, I think this one right here would look really cool. That one over, like, the black and yellow jersey.
Yeah, that's cool.
And this one's not bad either, but that one's really good.
If you put that black face mask on that one, it would look cool too.
Yes,
because then you could still have the steel logo thing in it.
What the 49ers? If they were, they don't have another helmet. Like what would you like to see?
It's got to be black. I want to see black with like the SF just in there, just like foiled out would be awesome.
So the 49ers actually have in their history a red helmet.
They have.
Yeah, they've got a red helmet in their history with a white stripe and a gold face mask. Here you go. They wore it with the drop shadows.
Wow. That's way before my time.
Yeah, 1955.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
So young
Yeah, so
Pedro.
they have one in their history that they could wear. They also have in their history a white uniform that they could wear, that the 49ers could wear as well. So you could do that with the 49ers. I don't like black with the 49ers because it's not in their uniforms.
Yep.
So I think if you did white, that would look pretty clean, and you had like a full white out, that would be cool. But also they have a red hat in their history. The Niners do.
How about it?
I think what do you guys know anything about what we're doing? If on the 3rd, is it a third shell or is it do we believe it is I think an existing alternate design reimagined?
I think it will be a third shell.
Okay. Well, yeah. Sometime this summer.
Sometime, yeah. Hopefully
Then you'll have to decide what.
I'm pretty sure we get some scores on that from.
I think we did. Yeah.
I think he was.
From our
JW
guy, yeah.
was in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the question is, what do you wear it with to make it pop?
Yeah.
And if it is a third shell, then I would say my vote would be all white underneath it.
Yep.
That
Agreed.
would be my vote.
Yes. I think it has
I think
to. I
otherwise
think it has
just
to be.
gets a lot.
Could be a lot.
Yeah. But I think if you go all white, then I think you got a chance on it.
I think you're right.
It is cool that we're getting – I mean, were the 49ers ever silver? The 1959 49ers looked like the Buckeyes?
1950s.
Was silver instead of gold?
Are there any pictures of that?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the uniform. Yeah.
Uniform database thing.
Yeah.
And then this thing popped up too with the Niners, which is 49ers uniform history.
Yep.
Yeah, and they have a white one. Yeah, from 59 to 63, they wore a silver hat.
Huh.
The pants, they actually wore
they
silver
look
pants
exactly
from,
like the Ohio State.
from 59 to 63. The 49ers wore silver pants and helmets. Isn't that something? Oh, gosh.
I'd sign up for that.
It's wild.
Interesting. That is wild. It's weird that there isn't a picture of it anywhere. That we've never have seen that.
Well, and everything with them is from all of their imagery. Everything is, here.
Oh, here we go.
Boy, there
this
it
looks
is.
like it.
They look like Buckeyes.
Here, is this picture you have?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and then the red helmet is nuts. I mean, the gold is so good.
yeah. I mean, that looks like Ohio State is what that looks like.
This one, right? I found another one, a white one.
Yeah.
Wild. Never knew that.
No.
Ever. That's not a throwback. I'd like them to get a black helmet.
Somebody did a mock-up of like Debo in a red one.
Red's okay.
I just think their helmet's perfect. Just leave it.
Debo, it is perfect. The 49. That's a black is the only one that makes any sense with that black uniform.
Yeah,
Other than that, nothing. You don't need to do anything.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, very very
Yeah.
solid. So
and silver
it's
is like the
tricky
Raiders.
It is. Yeah, a lot of this. I mean, it's very tricky when you're trying to do this because it's so difficult to do better than the original in many instances. I would bet anything that the Chargers go with a navy because I think the only reason the Spanos family acquiesced and went powder blue is because they were trying to do something to have positive momentum for the fan base, but they love the navy. So I would bet, which everybody else is like.
It's fine as a one-off, though.
Not,
it's a Ladanian. That's
it is,
fine
but it's not the baby blues
No.
at all. So my hunch is their one-off will be the navy.
Yeah.
So that'll be sometime this summer. You'll get the details on that side of things. We've got our game to play. We've also have a little bit of higher or lower coming your way. We'll get to all of that coming up. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Add more fun to your fandom with the Ballybet Sportsbook app. Download today, get 50 back in bonus bets. You place your first wager of 10 or more. Ballybet is official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Time for the number game. I'm ready.
All right.
Is Gibby going to administer or you
Yeah,
administer?
Gibby, you want to administer, Gibby? And so it's
Sure.
first Brown that pops into your mind when you see the number. And we'll do the rookies first, and then we'll do the veterans next. First Brown, and then your favorite player that you can think of that wore that number.
All right.
And they all have to be Browns?
No.
Or any player who wore that number.
So the first is the first Brown or favorite Brown that wore that number.
Okay.
And then the second
Okay,
is just your favorite player that wore that number ever.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, Gibby. And you can play as well,
Nirvana in the
Gibby.
background.
Trying to get a little bit.
Nice.
I like that.
Nice. Little. There you go.
Yeah, I meant to fix it, though, because somebody may have left a marker in there that's not allowing it to play the full song.
Sad.
Hate to see it.
I know. I'll get it, though.
All right, buddy.
Mason Graham comes in at number 94. Pick number 5, number 1 in your hearts, number 94 in your programs, although he does want number 55 from Ethan Posick at some point. Anybody?
Favorite Brown to wear 94. I don't have a Brown favorite that wore number 94.
I just think of Dalvin. Dalvin was just here in 94.
He's a good dude.
that
Yeah,
was
very
really
good dude. Very good player. I was trying to think historically, was there any?
I'm looking that up.
Oh, 5-star Porter Gustin.
Five-star.
Near and dear to our heart here on the program.
Now, here we go. All Browns to ever wear number 94.
Gerard Warren. There was another one.
Gerard
of those early
Warren.
picks. Jamie Meter.
Cavassier.
Carl Nassib.
Didn't Carl switch to 97 at one point?
He wore it one. This is the list from Pro Football Reference of
Yeah.
everybody's ever worn this number. Derek Alexander.
Okay.
I think the
he was
answer's-
out of Florida State.
I think the answer's got to be.
I think it's Dalvin.
I think it's Dalvin Tomlinson. All right, your favorite 94 ever.
The person I associate with it is Charles Haley.
That's why I wrote Charles Haley.
That's
Okay.
the one. When I think of 94, that's what I think of. I think of
DeMarcus
Haley.
Lawrence. Not DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Ware
Yeah,
was a 94, right?
yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, but I
think
to
of
me
Charles
it's Haley.
Haley.
I think
I
of
think Charles
Haley.
Haley.
He was.
Okay.
It felt like he played in every Super Bowl when I was a kid.
Yep. Okay.
Onward we go to number 49 and Carson Schwessinger out of UCLA, the Browns' top pick in round number 2. There's one big name that comes to mind with number 49.
For the
And
Browns?
someone did wear it.
Carson
Old.
Schwessinger.
Old.
That was
He's my
not
favorite.
named Carson Schwessinger.
So, Bobby Mitchell.
Hall of Famer.
Bobby Mitchell.
Yeah,
And
kind of a big deal.
And then
Ask my
Clinton Burrell from the late 70s to 84 was number 49.
Bobby Mitchell, one of the greats.
Bobby Mitchell's
Bobby
probably
Mitchell's-
the best NFL player to ever wear 49.
I believe
I think
so.
that's it. I think he's that one. I told you, I cannot think of a single. There were 3 numbers that if NBC would have got as an 11-year-old, I had nothing for. 46, 48, 49.
All right, so I think I'm right on this one.
Do you have a 49?
Yeah, Tony Richardson. 49, 3-time Pro Bowler, Hall of Fame, all 2000s team, the fullback for the Chiefs.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Some of the other best athletes.
That's who I had. And you know why I knew about I remember him because that was our era, but also he is always in I didn't play this year obviously, but he was always in Madden as like a legend.
Okay.
Tony Richardson.
Other athletes that have worn the number 49 include Ron Guidry,
Ron Guidry. Yeah.
Tim Wakefield, Rip, Lee Smith, Tremaine Edmonds, wore number 49, Felipe Alou.
Oh man, Moises Alou.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's the entire list of players to wear 49 who are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Bobby Mitchell and Walt Kiesling.
There it is.
Here's the entire list of people to wear 46. Lou Groza. 48, a Mel Richter.
Mel Richter.
That's it.
They named a scale after him.
In fact, I mean, 59 is in that category of like just one guy in the Hall of Fame has worn 59. It's wild.
All right, this is a fun one.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Quinshon Judkins, the Ohio State University, now the Cleveland Browns.
All right, here are some nominations for you. Sammy Winter-Coates.
Oh, boy.
Armonte Edwards. Robert Griffin III in the year 2016.
Pressure makes
He wore
diamonds.
10?
Diamonds
He wore
make
10,
pressure,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Anthony Schwartz.
Well, let's not do that one.
P.J. Walker.
Bet it was
Oh,
fumbled
my
away or
gosh.
dropped.
Brady Quinn.
BQ, yeah.
And then here's, I think, the answer. Machine Gun Kelly Holcomb.
I did love Kelly Holcomb. That divided a fan base.
Machine Gun Kelly was trying to, as the kids say, riz up Sidney Sweeney over the weekend. So maybe
He needs to be careful.
That
Isn't
guy's- he's got a lot
spoken
going
for?
on.
Isn't he spoken for?
I don't know.
Megan
Feel
Fox?
like that guy's living his best life, however he wants
Yeah.
to live it. Not necessarily the best example, but seeming like it. So when I think of 10, this was the number I wore in high school. The reason that what I think of 10 though
Well,
is
that's the answer. You.
I still have them. I have both the home and aways. The best soccer players usually wear 10. So I think of Messi, Ronaldo, or Messi, not Ronaldo. The
Pele wore 10.
Pele. Thank you. All I could think of was Brazilian Ronaldo for some reason, not Pele. Pele and 10. Usually the best soccer players wear 10, which is why Kobe wore 10 in the Olympics.
Luka Modric.
There you go.
Luka.
Yeah, see, best
Yeah.
player. They usually
Yeah.
wear 10. There's not a lot of the NFL players to wear 10 in the Hall of Fame. Fran Tarkenton's the best
Yep.
known. John McNally, Duke Slater, Jan Stenerud, Montana State Bobcat,
Elijah.
and Kurt Warner wore it in New York.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
He was
No, he's
13.
Yeah, right.
Elijah. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
Eli Manning. Tyreek Hill has a chance to be
It's more popular now because of the
Receivers can wear it.
receivers can wear it.
Was
yeah.
it Santonio Holmes a 10?
I believe he was. Yeah, I think that's correct.
What a
Yeah.
catch he made.
Unbelievable catch. Yeah. Did you hear Gronk talking about it wasn't Gronk. It was Terrell Suggs saying Roethlisberger most underrated player in NFL history. And he made the case 2 Super Bowls. He's not brought up in the same categories like Rodgers or any of that stuff. And he's got 2 Super Bowl wins. He never was an All-Pro because it was, Manning and Brady during that whole time.
Yeah, but there was a while where it was just Manning, Brady, Roethlisberger. That was it, right? That represented
the
them.
one outlier was our guy,
was Flacco.
Yeah, there's like an 18-year period. It was one of those 3 guys,
yeah.
except one Flacco. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's 10. This
10's
is a great
10's
game.
a cool number. 10's a cool number.
All right, 88.
I'm going to have to
Number
get used to
88.
it in a running back.
Harold Fannin Jr.
I mean,
the Bowling Green
there's only
State
one
University.
thing I think of when I see 88.
What's that?
Reggie Langhorne?
Irv.
Well, that's we got to do Browns first.
Oh, Browns
Reggie.
first.
Reggie Langhorn, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Reggie
it's got to be
Langhorne.
Reggie. Yeah, that's the one.
Reggie Langhorne.
I think 88's really cool.
Yeah, I had Langhorne. E.J. Bibbs
Great.
announced
great
his
human.
retirement. Yeah, good.
I mean,
good
this
team.
list of 88s in the Hall of Fame is cool. Tony Gonzalez, Marvin Harrison, Michael Irvin, John Mackey, Alan Page, Lynn Swan, Isaac Bruce, Chris Carter, Duke Slater. That's a good list. Carter wore 80, though, is what I know him as, is 80.
Yeah. I was looking for a little Freddie Solomon.
Freddie Solomon had that card.
Freddie Solomon. Did you know Isaac Bruce wore 88 with the Niners for 2 years?
I just mentioned him in the Hall of Fame, but
I
I
know.
thought he was 80. I didn't
was
remember him
80.
ever wearing 88.
He only wore 88 with the Niners.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
I like the double eights a lot. That's a great
Yeah, it's a
number.
great number. Yeah, Torrey Holt was 88 with the Rams for 3 years. It says from 99 to 2001, he was 88.
And then he switched to 81.
One.
Yeah.
And Isaac Bruce was always 80. Isaac Bruce never wore 88 with the.
I don't remember. It's funny. I don't remember. Torrey Holt is not in the Hall of Fame, and
Not
Isaac Bruce
yet.
is.
Correct. Which
Makes
It's
zero.
interesting, and I don't know if that's a video game component, but I always
covered
thought
them that it was.
I always thought Holt was
Shame
better
that
than
they're
Bruce, but maybe he wasn't.
So-
Maybe in my mind's eye, it felt like he was.
88 has actually, I wouldn't say a rich, but a long tight end history here with the Browns. In 15, it was Bibbs. In 18, it was Darren Fells. In 19, it was Demetrius Harris. From 20 to 23, it was Harrison Bryant. And then in 24, it was Jordan Akins. So hopefully Fannin can bust through there. All right.
On to number 5.
Number
Dylan Gabriel, the Browns' new quarterback out of Oregon.
Number 5 in Browns history.
Jameis
My
Winston.
goodness. I know my answer.
What do you got? Jameis was pure joy last year. I enjoyed him a great
Anthony
deal.
Walker Jr.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was
Jameis
4
could
and then he
be-
switched to 5, yeah.
You had Scott Player with the single bar face mask and the Fu Manchu. Spencer Lanning, fine guy as well. But I'm going to go with 2003, Brett Conway, the
Brett
kicker.
Conway.
Brett Conway, who I've become friends with
Oh, really?
through Baby Doll
Ah,
at Olympia Fields. When I've played there, I've always played with Brett Conway. He's a great dude.
that's amazing.
An elite human. So fun. So Brett Conway gets my answer as my favorite Brown to wear 5. Jameis, close second. Oh, Spencer Landon, great guy. Case Keenum also wore it.
That's
Anthony Walker wore it as well when they were able to switch those single digits.
Does not have a rich NFL Hall of Fame history.
I like how you're. Like
5 doesn't. Morton Anderson, Paul Horning, and George McAfee. That's the list.
Paul
of 5s.
Horning, I think, is probably the answer.
He's the
right?
one I think of
Yeah.
when I think of 5 from an NFL perspective. I think
Yeah.
of Horning with the Packers. That's what I think of.
He scored 176 points in 1960 in a 12-game season, which stood for 46 years until LaDainian Tomlinson broke it in 2006 in a 16-game season.
You
That's
know
a lot of trips to the paint, brother.
You know, Paul Horning is the only college football player to win the Heisman on a losing team. Notre Dame had a losing record the year Paul Horning won it. Do you know who didn't win it the year Paul Horning won it?
Who?
Jim Brown.
Wow. Jim
Brown.
So there's that.
Probably a miss
feels like a bit.
by the Heisman Trophy Trust. Horning got in the Hall, so I guess that's good. But like,
His accolades are pretty strong.
yeah, Jim Brown is. Yeah, that's a big one.
At running back out of the University of Tennessee, Dylan Sampson, the other new backfield mate.
This is Delpit. I wish he would have stayed in it. I loved him in the double
Loved him in
deuces.
it.
I thought it looked awesome.
Delpit you had.
I thought it looked awesome. I bought one of the boys a Delpit 22, much like I bought one of the boys a JOK 28. But I like 22 on Delpit, so I wish he would have stayed.
Felix Wright wore
Oh,
22.
he looked damn good in a 22.
Buster Screen, early in my tenure here, was a 22. Jabril Peppers was 22 for a couple of years
Or a little
as
pepper
well.
on it.
Tremont Williams, for his 2 years here, was 22.
Oof.
Yeah, not as good. Yeah,
Good dude.
Delpit's definitely my favorite Brown, who's worn 22.
NFL Hall of Famers.
Felix Wright, though, shout out.
Yes.
It's got to be Emmett, right? Is that
NFL Hall of Famers in 22 is pretty loaded. Bullet Bob Hayes, Mike Haynes, Paul Krause, Bobby Lane, Emmett Smith,
Paul
Ty
Krause.
Law.
Who could tell me anything about Paul Krause?
Paul Krause was NFL's all-time interception leader, Minnesota Vikings.
That's right. Free safety. Ball hawk.
Ball hawk.
Perennial Madden when he comes into the game. He's always the best free safety in the game.
Let me give you a couple more. Derrick Henry, Roger Craig.
Roger Craig's 33.
Yeah, he is. By the way, were
least
you
with the
aware
Niners, he
that
was
Ed
32.
Reed wore 22?
With who?
I don't know. He's in here. Ed Reed wearing 22.
Did he play anywhere other than Baltimore? 22 with the Jets.
Holy cow. No recollection
In
of that.
2013, he played 7 games for the Houston Texans and 7 games for the Jets. He had 3 picks in 7 games for the Jets in his last year in the NFL at the age of 35, and he wore number 22 there. They can't do that. They can't
I agree
list
with
people
you.
the way that they're doing
I think
this.
they're
Like,
making a mistake. I agree.
He's number 20.
And I like 22 for Sampson. I think that's a cool
I like
number
that
for him.
name,
I
yeah.
like that. Yep.
Emmett Smith, dude.
Emmett Smith's
Yeah.
he's the
By
answer.
the way, how about 2 of the – we've got 3 people off of that Cowboys team on here, in essence, because Haley I think of as a Niner, but also was definitely a
but both,
Cowboy.
yeah.
Yep. All right, 12.
The final player in this year's draft class, number 12, Shadur Sanders.
Josh. Favorite Brown to wear this is Josh Gordon. I own the jersey. I own the Pro Bowl jersey. Flash Gordon for sure, and then I'm the Tom Brady. I mean.
See, I know that Brady is 12, but it's funny where my head goes with 12. The first person my head goes to with 12 is Randall Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham
Is the first one.
Did Staubach wear 12?
Staubach wore
Yes.
12. Stabler wore 12. Namath wore 12. 12 in the 70s
Yeah.
was the Bradshaw wore 12. 12 was the quarterback number.
Yeah.
It really wasn't close. Look at this list. This is the list. This is the Hall of Famers wearing 12. Bradshaw, Bob Greasy, Jim Kelly, Joe Namath, Kenny Stabler, Roger Staubach. That's 6. I don't know that there's a number in the Hall of Fame that goes 6 deep like that.
84? 80?
Doug Williams wore number 12.
Here?
No, for Washington.
I don't think so. I think he wore 17 for Washington.
Well,
Yes, he
then why in the heck did they have him on here?
Because these lists are
Probably,
all
they're all
messed up.
jacked up because they have it in.
Did he wear it somewhere?
I think he
I'll
wore
tell
17.
you, he wore 17. He wore 12 with the Bucks
Yeah,
at the
he wore-
beginning of his career.
Yeah, he was
Mine.
17 with the Redskins.
Yeah.
The 84s are no, it's not. It's Randy Moss,
And Sterling Sharp.
and Andre Reed, Shannon Sharp.
And
would be there
Andre
too.
Reed is 83.
Yeah, I agree. The 80s are pretty good.
Jerry.
It's Jerry,
Isaac
Chris
Bruce.
Carter, Isaac Bruce, Largent, Lofton, Kellen Winslow. That's not better than the 12s.
No, but that's pretty good.
I think it's 12.
What's 21?
Oh, hold please. I'll get you your 20.
Dion, Chuck Woodson, Rod
Cliff
Woodson.
Branch, Dion, Ladanian, Chuck Woodson.
Rod Woodson?
Rod Woodson was 26. Rod Woodson was 26.
Everywhere. Correct.
34 is pretty good. Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, Joe Thurman Thomas.
Bo Jackson.
32 is pretty good. Marcus Allen, Jim Brown, Franco Harris, Edgerrin James, O.J. Simpson. I think it's 12. I think 12 might have the best bang for the buck in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I like it. All right, so that's the rookie numbers. Now we got the veteran numbers.
Maybe get into that tomorrow.
Maybe we can. Maybe we do when we come back.
Well, I think we have higher or lower.
I can move higher or lower. We just need to get a break in.
I like this.
I think
I'm enjoying this game.
Yeah, this is fun. I think 12. I would put 12 up against anything in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think it's my final answer. I think it is. It's 14's pretty damn good. It's Otto Graham, Dan Fouts, Don Hudson, Y.A. Tittle. Like, that's pretty good, but I think it's 12.
Yeah, it sounds like 12 to me. What's 7?
7, no. It's
Just
like
Elway.
Morton Anderson, John Elway, George Hallis. I mean,
1, Jeff George.
the best one in the Hall of Fame is Warren Moon. No. Yeah. No, it's 12.
All right.
12's it. That is the there you go, Shador. The most iconic number in the Pro Football Hall of Fame is 12. You could make that argument pretty easily. Now, we got a second here. Let me just check.
Nana
There
wrote
might
it.
be a 50. I wonder if there's one of the 50s that would be able to. No.
What about 92?
No, there aren't enough people who wore it. 56 has got some good. 55, but then it's not 12. 92 in the Hall of Fame. It's
Reggie.
pretty good hit rate. Michael Strahan, Reggie White, Richard Seymour.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's the list, my man.
Okay.
All right, we'll play a little higher lower coming up next. You'll listen to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. If a car, truck, or motorcycle accident caused your injury, call the injury lawyers at 1-800-ELK-OHIO for a free case review. Elk & Elk's proud partner of your Cleveland Browns. Time for a little higher or lower. Hello, Gibby.
Hi, boys. NFL Power Rankings 2025. Which teams improved the most post-draft? ESPN NFL Nation with their power rankings. We'll kick things off. Number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs, and their most improved position, wide receiver, per their people, Adam Teicher, the great Adam Teicher. Lower or just right for the Kansas City Chiefs post-draft?
I don't know how they could be one.
They didn't win the Super Bowl.
We just saw them get beaten up by Philly in the Super Bowl in a game that wasn't particularly close. And they were not high-flying KC this year anyway.
No, they certainly were not.
No, it's been a minute.
So, they want to be.
Yeah, maybe they'll get back to that, but I would say, now I love Simmons at the end of the first round. You get a top 10 talent at tackle at the end of the round. That's a good win for them. But no, I can't have them number one unless the Philadelphia Eagles are also on.
I think it's an older team with a lot of questions still on the offensive side of the football. Do they find ways to win in the fourth quarter? Absolutely. As long as you have Mahomes, you're going to be in the top 5 every year.
For sure. But what is the reason that they jumped Philly? I'm curious
why they're the number 1, because it says the Eagles lost a bunch of talent on defense. The departure of edge rushers Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham, cornerback Darius Slay, safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and defensive tackle Milton Williams. So it's saying they've lost quite a bit there. Yeah, they're saying from the Chiefs standpoint, getting Rashee Rice back, which I think is pretty good.
That's
Led
good.
the league with 24 catches through 3 games. They got Hollywood Brown. Now they'll have them Worthy, and they drafted Jalen Rose. To me, saying that is, I don't know. It's more just like.
Do you think they will get back to like Mahomes throwing for 5,200 yards and 42 touchdowns, or do you think that's past?
I think they could, but I think that it might be past, and I don't think Kelsey's on the ascent anymore.
Well, no.
And I think he was a big part of being able to open that up. Now, if they can get Worthy really go, they have the chance. Like with Rice, Worthy,
huge weapons.
They'd have a lot of speed that could be very dangerous.
Yeah,
they got to stay healthy.
Yeah, the Eagles' losses, like for me with them, their track record of drafting is so good that until I see it manifest on the field as a problem, I almost don't believe it.
Yeah.
Next.
Higher or lower?
Eagles are number 2. The Buffalo Bills, number 3. The Detroit Lions, number 4. Post-draft, ESPN's NFL Nation reporters have the Baltimore Ravens at number 5. Higher, lower, or just right, Zagura?
I think they're better than that.
Me too.
I really do. I think they were the number 1 defense over the second half of the season. They are an explosive offense with Lamar and Henry and Zay Flowers, and Bateman played well, and Andrews. And what's wild about that is everybody I listed, with the exception of Derrick Henry, they drafted.
Mm-hmm. How about their draft?
And then their draft to add Malachi Starks and Mike Green.
Top 15 player. Wasn't Green a top 20 player?
Top 10 on a lot of people's.
So they get a top 10 player in the league and Malachi Starks, and everybody back. Jeez. Yeah. If you're going to have somebody number 1 that didn't win the Super Bowl, I would argue them.
Yes.
And CBS Sports has them number 1.
I think they could be number 1.
Yeah. I think the thing I'm curious, who is playing with more burden this year than Baltimore and Buffalo?
No one.
It's like now is it.
Now is it.
The only team I might add is Detroit a little bit, because they just wore down last year injury-wise, and they are definitely in their window too. Detroit is.
Especially knowing that the Bears are coming up.
Yeah. Packers
Vikings
are coming. Vikes are going to, yeah. But to me, Buffalo and I think Baltimore's better than Buffalo.
Next.
Higher or lower?
The Commies are 6th, Rams 7, Packers 8, Vikings 9. Another AFC North team at number 10. It's the Cincinnati Bengals. Most improved position, running back.
First of all, I think that is what
a weird thing.
What an absurd thing to say. Like, Chase Brown is totally the guy. They got Samaje Perine back to be a role player, and by drafting Taj Brooks, they drafted him in the 6th round. This is such a strange thing to me.
Yeah, strange case to be made.
To me, the most improved position is probably receiver, and you're saying it's improved
You ran
because
them all back.
because
Yeah.
you're locked up now.
Yeah.
Like last year was an uncertain position. It was talented, but now it's locked up. Like Samaje Perine and Taj Brooks, what does that say about what their offseason is if adding Samaje Perine and Taj Brooks is the biggest improvement that they made in any position group on their roster?
Means
By
they
the way,
shouldn't be
still-
number 10 overall, if that's the case, because they missed the
You still don't have a
postseason last year.
defense.
No.
That's why.
That, if anything was most improved, it should be that. Right now they have Trey Hendrickson. They drafted defensive players up and down the draft.
Correct.
If anything, it would be that. I would have the Rams. I think the Rams are around the sweet spot. I'll be very curious to see what Washington does in year 2 with Daniels, because
Yep.
Cliff usually runs out of steam like halfway through a season. So this is year 2 for that whole
They
regime.
didn't. Yeah, they didn't last
didn't.
year.
But will the book kind of be out a little bit? C.J. Stroud fell back a little bit in year 2. Will Jaden Daniels do that too once the league kind of catches up to you a little bit? I think it's a little bit blue bloody for Washington to be there at 6. I like the Rams where they are. I think Green Bay is appropriate and really, really good. Minnesota at 9. No one's seen J.J. McCarthy throw a football in the NFL. So I can't have him
Nope,
9.
nope. They're ready to
I
anoint
like the
him.
Chargers.
I like him too, but I just don't. Minnesota, I can't have 9 when I've never
Yeah.
seen the kid play.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are on the come. Big way.
Next.
Higher or lower?
Chargers 11, Tampa Bay 12, Houston 13, Broncos 14, rounding out the top 15. Zagura's Ute team, the San Francisco 49ers. Z, higher, lower, just right.
It's probably just right. I think they could easily jump up really, really quickly, but it's probably just right. It's all about the health. They got to get the deal done with Brock Purdy, but if they're healthy, they're going to be awesome.
Did I see this week they have the easiest schedule in the NFL?
Yeah, we have like the second hardest.
It doesn't make any
'Cause
sense.
we play the NFC North, so that
Oh.
skews everything.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I see the Niners bouncing back big this year.
That's the thing for the Browns. Like you look at, let's say you look at your division games, which are 6. They're going to be tough games.
6 games you'll be the dog, and barring injury, and
Right.
maybe all of them.
So it feels
Depends
like
on what happens in
2 and
Pittsburgh.
4. 3 and 3 is a solid record in this division.
Yep.
And then in your other 11 games, you get Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, and the
Chicago
Bears, who are much improved.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Niners,
Oh my God.
right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Denver again.
Is it
don't we?
AFC South?
It's regular season. That's 2025. I think this is view 2025 opponents. So you get, I know the Niners. It's the AFC East. So you get Buffalo,
Woof.
Woofta.
Miami, New England, and the Jets.
Yeah.
Not terrible. There's some wins in there. Then you get into just like who did we randomly match up with games? We randomly match up with the Niners.
The Raiders.
The Raiders,
'Cause we
which
go
is
to
a
Vegas.
nice one. And is that it? That's 8. We're missing one more, I think. Oh, and the Titans. I think it's thrown off by you've got
thrown
Minnesota
off by the
110,
6.
Detroit 110, Green Bay 110, Buffalo 110. Yeah, those are the ones. And
The
then you got
division
the
and the
Ravens,
Division and the
Bengals,
NFC North.
Steelers. Right, yeah. So
Yeah.
you have 7 teams that had significantly winning records on your schedule.
Real quick before we get out, the Steelers were at number 17. The Browns came in at 29. Behind them, the Jets, Titans, and the Giants.
29.
In front of them, Vegas,
We were gonna
Carolina,
pick
and
number
New
2.
I
So,
know.
like, we got to go earn it.
Yep.
I know.
What is it? What do they say is our biggest improvement?
Stand by. I can tell you.
I got it. Running back.
Running back, yes.
Yeah. And we got
You
2
can
new
make that
ones.
argument.
Yes. 100%.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So much more to come. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Hey, let's go get a dub tonight, Cavs. Let's go get a dub.
Who's playing?
I think Garland. I thought
We don't know
Wendy
yet.
was on RBS saying that. I thought somebody said something that Garland was.
I know, but
leaning that
That'd be
way.
great.
Mobley's
They're
not-
all dinged up.
and-
Doesn't matter.
and
You're gonna
Hunter.
win. You're gonna handle it.
Better.
We had 3 of the 4 game ones lost. That one last night was awesome. That Celtics Knicks game was awesome. I
So
caught the
good.
end of that. That was fun. I think that and probably Cleveland, Pittsburgh.
30.
There aren't many where the city's genuinely. I was in Boston last summer for Yankees Red Sox. The vitriol those two cities have for each other is palpable. And that added to it last night.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. Very cool. All right, next level's coming up next. We are back tomorrow. Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns.